Thank you for watching Hack the File. I'm Michael Lopez, and today we're going to do Kali Linux Penetration Testing Bible. Enjoy. All right, we're back. I love it. So I just recently hit 500 subscribers. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Um, I'm so excited. I love doing these videos, and we're just gonna keep making them, and we're gonna keep having fun. Okay, keep learning. I try to do. I would have had two videos. I tried to do a PowerShell video today, but yeah, it was so boring and it was way too technical. Like, I'm talking about way too technical. Like this book here. Okay, so it was this book, and just a quick little reason why you might not see it: PowerShell automation and scripting for cybersecurity. Yeah, it looked like it'd be fun. I started off, but no, it was really, this book was really technical, and it's something that I would be able to go through and maybe just veg out on it and learn something, and because I already know how to program. But I could not go through this book and try to make it fun. It was terrible, so I scrapped it. But I do recommend. I don't even know if I recommend this book. I mean, it's so dry and technical that I think it looks at PowerShell from a programming perspective, which is fine. But it is just, oh man, it's like, God bless programming, and God bless programmers. But I am not one. I was a programmer, software engineer for a couple years. Learning software programming or learning programming was terribly boring and dry for me. I'm just gonna tell you right there. Just because I learned from certain teachers were like books online and stuff, and it was, gosh, man, half of that stuff was just dry and boring, and I'm like, oh god. But it was something I had to do. It's something that everybody has to do if they want to get into really be a great programmer or coder or cybersecurity guy or something. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it over again. This reminded me of that, and I'm not gonna do it again. I'm sorry. I bought this book. I'm probably never gonna read it. I might reference it, but that's it. All right, so on to better positive things. Let's go to Kali Linux Penetration Testing Bible. I'm gonna check this book out. This is by Gus Khawaja, Gus Khawaja, published by Wiley. So, like we always do, we're going to. It looks interesting already. I mean, I might love this book. There's only a few books that I've actually really loved where I'm like, I love this book, and that's certain different books. So let's hope this one is one. It's like a diamond in the rough or something. Let's hope. I don't like books with a lot of repeating and redundancy and just dry and it's like reading a manual. I can't stand books like that. I don't care if it's got pictures, and I'm not that. I gotta have it. Where's all the pictures? I don't care if a book doesn't have a lot of pictures. It could have one or two. I don't care, as long as it's easy to follow and it's easy to read. That's the book for me. Or I mean, not easy. It doesn't have to be like easy. As long as it doesn't repeat itself constantly. It's not going deep into stuff that you don't need to go into, and it's just staying on topic. That's what I like. Okay. So, like we always do when we read a new book, I'm going to start off with either the introduction or the authors. Right? I want to know who they are, what motivates them. So let's start. Kali is a popular Linux distribution used by security professionals and is becoming an important tool for daily use for certifications. Penetration testers need to master Kali, hundreds of tools for penetration testing, digital forensics, and reverse engineering. Kali Linux Penetration Testing Bible is a hands-on guide for getting the most from Kali Linux for pen testing. This book is for working cybersecurity professionals in offensive hands-on role, including red teamers, white hat hackers, ethical hackers. What's the difference between a white hat hacker and an ethical hacker? I don't remember, but it seems to me that they're the same. How did I read that? White hat hacker and ethical hacker. Yeah. Was this one like Gandalf the white and this is Gandalf the gray? I don't know. That wasn't funny. Okay, so defensive specialists will also help find this book valuable as they need to be familiar with tools used by attackers. This comprehensive pen, pen testing book covers every aspect of the art and science of penetration testing. It covers topics like basic bash language in Linux, great. Finding vulnerabilities in different ways, great. False positives, and practical penetration testing workflows. Now, workflow is a word that you're going to start hearing in your bachelor's degrees and all that, and your master's degrees. So if you don't know what the workflow is, Google it. You'll also learn to automate penetration testing with Python and dive into advanced subjects like buffer overflow, privilege. See, that's what I want to learn about. Buffer overflow, privilege escalation. I already know, but we're going to go. Maybe they'll have cooler ideas and beyond. Reading this book, you'll gain a thorough understanding of hundreds of penetration tools available in Kali Linux, master an entire range of techniques for ethical hacking so you can become more effective on your job, learn how penetration testers work in practice, and fill the gaps knowledge become. I don't. I understand you're teaching this, so you have to say for ethical hackers, so you can move more effective in your job and gain. What if you don't have a job in ethical hacking and you just want to just know how to do it and you just do it in your own little safe environment and you don't hurt nobody, you do it for a hobby and you just want to be cool. So I don't like sentences like that. Discover the tools and techniques that hackers use so you can boost your network defense. What does this book cover? This book goes deep to the subject of penetration testing. Really? The penetration testing Bible goes into penetration testing. For established penetration testers, this book fills all the practical gaps. So you have one complete resource. All right, cool. Mastering, we don't, well, I actually do want to know what so the chapters are. Mastering the terminal window, bash scripting, network host scanning, internet information gathering, social engineering attacks, advanced enumeration, exploitation, web application vulnerabilities, web penetration testing, Linux privilege escalation, Windows privilege. Oh, I like how they add that Windows in there. Pivoting and lateral movement, cryptography, reporting, reverse engineering, buffer, stack overflow, programming with Python. Why wouldn't this be at the start? Is it just going to show us how to automate stuff? Pen test automation with Python. That's exactly what I said. Ain't that a trip? Kali Linux desktop at a glance. Building a lab environment using Docker. Well, so how are we supposed to do all this stuff if we don't build our lab environment first? I guess we're going to find out. But this is cool. I'm very interested in this because Docker is something I haven't used yet. Companion download files. As you work through the examples in this book, you may choose to either type in all the code manually. Nope. I recommend you guys do. Oh, you gotta buy this? No, that's the book. Nope. Let me see. Okay. Or use the source code files that accompany this book. All the source codes used in the book is available for downloads at thiswiley.com. Oh, heck yeah. Download this full book. Then we'll... Where the heck is that at? Nope. I'll cut this. Put this into a new file. Call it... What is this called? Linux. Oh, no. Pen Tester Bible. Holy Bible. The Holy Bible. We'll paste this. We'll see. Did I scan that? Yep. Unzip this. Extract all here. Bam, baby. Oh, man. Alright, I got the source code. So yeah, that's an odd way to do it. They didn't want to put it on GitHub apparently. Oh, here's the PowerShell one that I was gonna do, but it got too boring. Alright, so I've got all the codes, PowerShell, whatever, scripts or whatever they're gonna have me use downloaded. Great. Always try to find that in your books because it's gonna save you a lot of time and a lot of anguish and a lot of pain. If you don't enter in the code right, you're gonna go back 15 times. I took a class on Python, Black Hat Python, going through this book here, this Python book, Black Hat for Python for whatever, for hackers, this one, and I swear I went through half of that book, typing in one more, and this is during a class, and it was the worst experience I ever had with that, and nothing worked. I got it all to work, and then halfway through the book, it tells you it's got it all online. You just copy and paste, and God, why didn't they put it at the start of the book? Maybe they did and I missed it. I don't know. It just really upset me. So this one is always download the source code or stuff if you can, if it allows you in the book. That's just the easiest way. Okay, we don't care about contacting the publisher. All right. Number 1, mastering the terminal window. And this is what my channel is about. It's about going through books and learning how to study from them, and that's just a couple of my tips. As you know, I don't go through these books before I make these videos at all. I'd say 95% of the time I don't pre-research anything. I go through this book and I research, and if it takes too long, I pause, cut the video, and then I come back with the answer. Then I tell you how I got the answer. Okay, that's what my channel is about. It teaches you how to troubleshoot through all this stuff and figure everything out. All right, moving on. Chapter 1, mastering and I'm just gonna try to make this video 30 minutes. So, mastering the terminal window. Kali Linux can be summarized in 2 simple words. Terminal window. If you master your terminal window skills, then you'll be one of those elite ethical hackers. In this chapter, you will learn all the essentials of terminal windows so you can start using Kali Linux like a boss. I like this book already. If you already know how to manage the terminal window, please use the chapter as a reference. Man, I love it already. Or maybe go over it quickly in case there's something that new you haven't learned before. The main goal of this chapter is not only to show you the commands of Kali Linux, but to help you deeply understand the thorough practice examples. Kali Linux is a Debian-based operating system developed by Offensive Security. So if you're used to Ubuntu, for example, the commands in the terminal window will look the same since the Debian and Kali share equal distribution. Here's what the chapter covers: Kali Linux file system, terminal window basics, manage users and groups, manipulated files and folders, handling remote connections, Kali Linux file system management, dealing with networking Kali Linux. Kali Linux file system. Understanding the structure of the file system in Kali Linux is crucial. The directory structure of your Kali OS is based on Unix File System Hierarchy Standards (FHS), and that's how the directories are structured. Kali inside Kali Linux in Windows, the root directory is C, but in Kali Linux, it's a /. Do not confuse these terms. Use the term root directory with the root user's home directory, which is /root, because they're two different things. Do not confuse the term root directory with the root users. Oh, okay. The latter is the home directory for the root user. Speaking about the root user, it's essential to understand that the user is the equivalent to the administrator user on Windows operating system. In the Kali 2020.1 release, Offensive Security introduced the non-root user by default, which means that you'll need to execute the sudo command if you want to run higher privileges. To get visual representation of the Kali Linux file system directories, open the terminal window and execute the ls command to list the contents of the root system directory. Take note that by default, you will be in a user home directory. To change it, you must execute the cd command. So the problem I have with this, okay, and I'm just gonna say it outright. How the hell does this book did they really just assume that you already have Kali Linux downloaded, installed, and set up already? See, I don't like books like that. Unless it tells you specifically, like, we're going to assume that you already have all this installed. Because how can you follow this book? Like, you're going to pick this book up thinking like, oh, it's going to teach me how to be a hacker. And you don't even know, you don't even know how to install Kali, right? Kali Linux. You don't even know what it is. And they're already asking me to run commands, right? So we're going to use our old. If you don't know how to set up a Kali Linux system, go to my ethical hacking book series videos, and that should help you and guide you on where to look and how to download and set up your own virtual lab, right, to do this stuff. So do that, and then come back here if you want to study from this book. But that ethical hacking book series is great too. But this is, if you finish that and you want to do another one, do this one. With that being said, we're not going to do all this basic stuff. We already know it. So this is going to be a series for if you've already done the ethical hacking series, now you want to do something else, then we'll come on to this. But I'm going to skip all this basic stuff that we know, and I'm just going to go through and see what kind of book this is, and then start at stuff that I've done before, but I want to do again, right, to master it. So maybe they'll teach me a different way in this book. So we're going to skip to chapter 1 most likely, right? It doesn't even, it's giving you these commands to practice, but let's see if it has you set up a VM little network. So terminal basics commands. We already know all these basic commands. Like I said, this series is going to be for intermediate to advanced. I don't think it's going to be beginner because I don't want to start at the beginning of this. Like I said, you want to do beginning, do the ethical hacking book series. I will read a file, then sort the files. We already know how to do all that. To start Timmux, so what? Let's say you're engaged and you want to run nmap in a new window plus run Metasploit in another one and so on. This is where Tmix is handy because you can work on multiple Windows sessions at the same time. So this is what, but how does it, it doesn't, you don't even have a, Tmix terminal window. Tmux is a particular terminal window that allows you to manage multiple windows in your current terminal session. The best way to explain this is through examples. To start Tmix, okay, so we're going to do that. So we're going to practice because I've never used this on video. So let's use this. I don't think I've ever used it on a video. To start Tmux, you just type the Tmux in your terminal window. At the bottom of the terminal window, you'll notice a number and a name have been assigned to your open window tab. I'm going to open up the terminal right here. Tmux. See it open that down there. Yeah, that's what it did. Bash, Kali, blah, blah, blah. So what? Let's say you're engaged and you're in an engagement and you want to run nmap in one window plus run Metasploit in another one, and so on. This is where Tmux is handy because you can work with multiple Windows sessions at a time. Tmux key bindings. In Tmux, you must use Control B to instruct it that you want to execute Tmux action. In fact, the key combination Control B is the default one. You can always change the default configuration to Tmux in configuration file. To change this behavior and assign Control A instead of Control B, then you must create a config file yourself for the first time. We don't care about that. We're just going to leave it the way it is. To get the job done, you have two options for creating config files in Tmux. First way is to add user-specific file called tmux.config. And the second way is to add a global file, under Tmux config. In my case, for this example, we'll add the configuration file under etc tmux config. So, he's just showing you that he wants to change it. So he's touch, making a file called that, echo, he's pushing it into tmx config, unbind cb, echo set g prefix ca, echo bind ca. Okay, so it's changing. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. Tmake session management. You can see that the name bash has been assigned automatically to your current session. Window rename. To rename the window, press Control B first or Control A if you made the change. Okay, then remove your finger from the keyboard and press comma. Press the comma key on your keyboard. You should see the prompt has changed to allow you to rename it. I will call it Window 1. Then remove, hold on. Control B. Then remove your finger from the keyboard. Press comma. Control B. That's weird. Window 1. ZSH Window 1. I guess you can see that changed to Window 1, but rename Window 1. Window creation. At this stage, we have only one window, so let's create a second one by pressing Control B and then pressing the C key. Looking at the bottom, you'll see that we have a new bash window. The Tmux has already highlighted the current tab with the asterisk. So let's create a second one. Press Control B, then press C key. Control B, C key. Control B, C. I got two windows. Yeah, window 1, window 0, window 1. Let's see if that looks like that. Yeah, window 0, window 1. And then I want to change the window 1 to Control B, comma, no, Control B, comma, we'll close this one, window 2. Yeah, window 1, window 2. Okay. Well, looks like it's working. Splitting windows. To split the selected tab into sub windows side by side, you must press Control B, then enter the percentage character on your keyboard. Remember that you need to shift yes. Control B percentage. Where's my percentage sign? Yeah. Oh man, held it too long. What'd that do? Control B. Shift percent. There you go. Look at that. That's dope. See, this this is the type of stuff that you want to learn. To run two of them, split. That T-Mix is awesome. See, I've used this, but I haven't used it in a long time, and thus I forgot about it. So this is already teaching me new stuff, and this is awesome. I like when I learn new stuff it's practical. I can actually use it. So, I mean, that's just great. Amazing, right? Yeah, it is. As you can see, the cursor on the right pane. Yep, to switch between panes, press Control B and use the arrow key in your keyboard. Change left, up, down, bottom. Next, go to Windows Session. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So the Control B apparently is what gets you. Oh, look at that. I'm going to change. Oh, wait a minute. That's the one that's good. And then you can name it anything. So I'm going to call this one like Nmap Scan. And then Control B. See, I'm already a whiz at it apparently. Control B, comma. I'm gonna call this. Do I have a a Metasploit? How do I change windows? Oh. Yeah, press that every time. And that's just irritating. I don't know why I'm not switching. Alright, anyways, let's go to the next one. Oh, all right. That's cool. So next, go back to window one session to switch between screen. Control B and then the number of the window. So Control B 0. And it took me to that one. What? Let's see if I can change this one to, yeah, there you go. Nmap scan. And then how did I split again? Well, it's not split no more. Man, come on, man. Nmap scan, Metasploit. So if I want to go to Control B1, enter. Oh, Control B 0. It'll just take me that one. It'll take me off split, so I can change it. Okay, and then I can change the name. But if I go Control B1, it'll pull that up. Clear this, and then if I want to go if I want to go between these two and see them both, I can Control B, and then I can just arrow over to this guy. All right, that makes sense. It's not too complicated. The final tip for managing tmux. Is for scrolling up and down inside a window pane session. In fact, you can't use your mouse to scroll up and down in tmux session. The mouse scrolling is for command history. Instead, you use Control B, then on your keyboard, and after that, you can scroll up and down using the arrow keys. Once you're done with scrolling, press Escape or Q key to get out. And here's a reference command list. Summarizing all the tmux commands you've learned in this section, you can use it to reference Control B, Control B plus C, split windows horizontally. Oh, cool. Control B window number, scroll up. How do I create a new window? Control B plus, comma, then comma. Open a new window, Control B plus C. So this is something that you gotta kind of, command line kung fu. So this is where we can use command line kung fu. Now, if I remember how to use it, I'm gonna say script, and then, oh wait, TypeScript, yeah. Then I'm gonna say Control, I don't think that's gonna work, B, and then good, Control B, C. It's gonna give me a new window. Control B this. I'm gonna name that new window Hydra. I'm gonna go. Let's do it vertically. Split window horizontally. I mean, so Control B. Look at that. But where's all three of them? Now I want to go into the scroll up and down. So Control B here. Then I can scroll up and down. Oh, how do you do that? Window number. Oh, Control USB. I'm gonna use it. Anyways, where's the third one? Split two. And then now I'm gonna go exit. Shit. Exit. And let's see what it did. I don't know if that worked. Don't know. Guess it doesn't work for that. But we tried. I'm gonna do that command line kung fu different on a different time. But there is gonna be a time we're gonna use that command line kung fu. You don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. That wasn't the time. Okay, so managing users and groups and so we're done. We're gonna do a quick little basic video. We've got a little over 30 minutes. I like this book already. I like a book where you're going through it and you learn something new right off the bat. Like it's barely started, and I've used Tmux or whatever the hell you want to call it before, but it's been years and I don't remember anything about it. So to relearn this and see the practicality of it, I like it. There's other like commands you could use. You could run stuff in the background. You could just open up another screen and you could run it in the background. But this is something where you can see it all split on one screen, and you don't have to adjust it. It does it for you with just command lines and stuff. It's awesome. I like it, and I'm going to be using it, I guess, in this book. So, this is just already a good little example of how cool these books are. You learn little things. As long as you keep learning things and you grasp it, that's what the point is, man, right? We're going to move on. We're going to do a series of this. I want to go through this book step by step. So it's going to be a new series. I'm going to make the video short, 30, 45 minutes, hopefully, if I can. And then we'll get through all this stuff. So, Kali Linux OS security commands. Here's some security commands. But but this book's going to be a little different. I'm not going to be doing stuff that I don't know already. So that I don't feel that I'm not going to waste my time going over old knowledge that I've done in previous videos in this series. I would say this is going to be an intermediate to advanced video, or more intermediate. And so we're going to be skipping all the really basic stuff in this video. So if you're not down with that, just watch the ethical hacking book series videos that I made. Those, they don't skip anything. I go through everything, basic, everything in there. But this one, Kali Linux Bible, I think I'm gonna skip all the basic stuff. So unless it's something that I haven't learned, or if I never came across, or if I haven't done it in a while like this, I'm gonna do it. But I can already tell, like going through here, in the next video, I'm gonna skip some of this, right? And just skim through it, but we're not gonna do things on it. But I like this book already. It's awesome. So it's giving you a file structure we've done already, but that's something that you should go over a lot constantly. So I'm probably not gonna skip that. This is going over secure shell, SSH. This is awesome. Remote connections. So you need to know how to use secure shell. It tells you what it is. It tells you how to use it, how to use your IP, and we can use secure shell to scan for our vulnerable Ubuntu PC I have on my VM and then we can we can SSH into it. We can follow all this stuff with the setup we have already. And like I said, you don't have that setup. Watch the ethical hacking book series videos on mine. The first 3 or 4 videos, they show you how to set it up. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is another thing that's for those videos. That was set up on my laptop. So we all know the laptops aren't as powerful as desktops or as towers. The full PC towers. I ran into a lot of problems and a lot of like rookie mistakes on there that we worked through them, but I didn't have those problems when I redid it on my PC because your PC is more powerful. So, but majority of you guys have laptops and then just use them as your main um, uh, computer at home, right? So that's what I did. I connected my everything through my laptop because it was pretty powerful, and I configured everything on that. But we all know that a PC is going to be stronger depending on what kind of laptop you have, right? You could have a really powerful laptop, but a PC is going to be more powerful because it's got more room for fans, big fans, and all kinds of stuff, right? Than a PC will, than a laptop will. So going through those old videos, you're probably not going to have the same problems. Yours is probably going to work just fine following the instructions on the book. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to set up your virtual environment off those videos. I mean, it's still going to work, but it might work a lot easier. You might not if you don't run into a problem, you just skip it and wait, go to the next thing. All right, so yeah, I like this. It's gonna show me how to use SSH. I'm gonna run through this again because the more experience I have with it, the better I master it. Right? Even though I've done this 1,000 times, I'm gonna run through these examples. Okay. Passwordless SSH. I mean, this is this is awesome already. Like it's showing, how to, all the ins and outs of SSH right here. Apparently, SSH key generation. I mean, this is stuff that it's cool, right? So yeah, I can already tell I'm gonna like this book, and I can't wait to start the next video. So if you learned something, like and subscribe. Keep watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next Hack the File. Have fun.